by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Give me all you got, don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. I'm alone if you feel like a room without a roof. Because
Okay, good morning everybody at home. Let me have a little look. I can see that we have got 38 people who are already watching. Lots of people have said good morning, so welcome to our Heronshaw Assembly. Now, you can see that I'm in a different place in the school this week. Yes, that's right, I'm in my office. And behind me on the shelf, there are some things that I will be talking about a little bit later. Some of you might have noticed, and this is my first question, see if you're awake this morning, is who is my little teddy? I have mentioned my teddy in the first few assemblies, but who can remember the name of the teddy who has been my little friend ever since I started teaching 19 years ago? All right, so I can see lots of people saying good morning. We have got Jensen and Fadil, and I can see David as well, and Nicodem and Florence. Good morning to all of those people, and good morning to Lily, who's just joined us. Now, I did say in my comments that I am not on my own for assembly this morning. I've got two people who will be helping a little bit later in assembly. Now, I'm going to start with the Star of the Week awards, okay? So let's see. Oh, my teddy is not called Eddie, but a good try. Okay, Star of the Week awards. We have got some Star of the Week for year one, and I'm going to start this week with pandas, okay? So Mrs. Langford is really, really proud of Eve in Pandas and says, Eve, well done for your fantastic maths work. Eve has been doing number bonds to 10 and to 20. So well done to Eve. That's really super. Okay, well done. Now the next one, this is for somebody in Tiger's class. And Tigers, this is for Alex. Alex has been working really hard to earn his badges for beavers. So well done, Alex, that's really good. You've been looking after tadpoles as well, I hear. Mrs. Beckham says you've been learning all about tadpoles and the life cycle of frogs. And apparently when your frogs get a little bit bigger, then you're going to be learning exactly what to do with them next. So well done to Alex. That's really super. Okay. Now my third award. This is for somebody in Leopard's class. And Leopards, Mrs. Elford and Mr. Ainscow in Leopards are really pleased with Boston. And Boston has been doing some fantastic baking and some very creative work making some clay pots. So I can't wait to see those. They sound very interesting. I bet you've eaten everything you've baked. So I bet that's already disappeared. But the clay pots I'd love to see. So if you get a chance, Boston, to send in a picture of what you've been working on, then I'm sure we'd love to see it. Now, let me see. Did anybody guess the name of my teddy? No one has got it right yet, but we've got lots of people here. We've got Charlie, we've got Lauren and Maya, and we've got Isla and Luca and Thomas as well. Thomas, you're here every week watching from home. Now, I'm going to pass over next to somebody who's going to do the awards for Foundation. Mrs. Elford, welcome to our assembly.
Hello.
Over
I feel
to
like
you.
I've been roped into this slide.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
So
I have got Foundation Star of the Week certificates. Our first Star of the Week is Kaylee from Lyons, who's been trying so hard with her phonics. Mrs. Nichols is super proud of you. Well done, Kaylee. And next we have got Julia in Crocodiles. Now, Julia, you've been doing some super phonics as well. Well done. And she's also been saying thank you to our NHS workers and working hard on her English and maths. Well done, Julia. And our last one for Foundation is Kate from Bears. So Kate has been doing super videos with Mrs. Revilius on her phonics and clapping really loudly for our NHS heroes and been doing some magic tricks. Miss Champion and Miss Wilson are very, very proud of you. Well done. Now, there's one more special guest today. I wonder if you can guess who that might be.
Hello everybody, it's Miss Boothroyd and I am very happy to be doing the Year 2 Stars of the Week. So the first one is somebody from Gorillas. This person has been doing an amazing project on endangered animals, including a very important animal, gorillas. And that is Evan. Mr. Summers was so happy to see your work on that, so well done to Evan. Okay, next one is someone from Zebras. And I was very happy to see that this person has been working extremely hard at home and has been a superstar producing amazing work. That person is Logan Page. Well done to Logan. There's your certificate. Keep up the hard work, Logan. That's brilliant to hear that. And finally, we've got somebody in Giraffes who has not only been working hard for themselves at home, but they have been a great sister and been a little teacher at home. This person has been helping their little brother do some maths. So Lauren, well done to you. You've been helping your brother do some maths. That's brilliant to hear. I bet he really liked that. And we've even got a little picture here of Lauren working hard with her brother on some maths. That's lovely. So I'm going to hand you back to Mr. Ainscow now for the rest of the assembly. Bye-bye.
Okay, that was lovely to have Mrs. Elford and Miss Boothroyd help. I'll tell you, my teddy bear, if you didn't get the name right, my teddy bear is Wesley Bear, okay? And I've also got a little friend who's sitting on the other side, and this is a friend who was brought in to school by Mrs. Pierce. So good morning to our little Swedish good luck witch, okay? So she's a little Swedish good luck witch. Let me put her on the shelf and I will tell you all about her. I've got some information here that's from Mrs. Pierce, okay? And it says, "Dear everyone at Heronshaw School, here is a Swedish good luck witch. Her name is Ellen, which means torch of light. So she is a beacon of love, hope and light for every child and adult at Heronshaw School. She has been handmade with lots of love and care. Sent to you all at Heronshaw with lots of love." So I think that's really special. So I will take her into the entrance area and I will put her on the front desk and she can sit there and she can bring good luck to everybody at Heronshaw and hope that everyone at home is keeping safe as well. So that's lovely. Well done. I think that's really lovely from Mrs. Pierce to be thinking about us from home. Now, I've also got some shout outs. I have got so many shout outs, again, from all of the teachers across the school. So I'm going to whiz through some of the wonderful things that have been happening. Okay, starting with Bears class, Carlos in Bears class has really impressed Mrs. Champion and Miss Wilson. Says here that he's been a fantastic help with his mum, keeping his brother entertained. Miss Champion and Miss Wilson have been very impressed with all the pictures of him working hard, so keep up the good work. That's really good, Carlos. In Gorillas, Kamani has done some brilliant detective work trying to guess the glow stick dancer. He studied the video and looked at different staff and was thinking who it could be that would be dancing with the glow sticks and who it was most similar to. And at the end of the assembly, I will tell you who it was that was dancing with the glow sticks. Okay, so Kamani, I hope you're watching, and I wonder if you got the right guess. Tigers. Mrs. Begum says that in Tigers, Hader has been busy doing lots and lots of projects. One of the things he's been researching about was volcanoes. He's created a volcano out of paper mache and even made the lava. Very impressive. And Madison, also in Tigers, has been very busy looking after some caterpillars. And once they changed to butterflies, they were all released. So Madison was super excited and shared some photos with Mrs. Begum about the butterflies that were set free. I wonder if you did it in your garden, Madison. Interesting to know where that happened. Now in Crocodiles, 3 children in Crocodiles. We've got Ali. Now Ali, for all of his hard work, especially with his maths, Mrs. Revilius was particularly impressed with his tally charts and the bar chart showing the different coloured cars that he saw on his walk. He was able to tell Mrs. Revilius the most and the least popular colours. I wonder if I drove past you, Ali. You never know. If you saw a white car or a blue car, you never know. Maybe it was Mr. Ainscow driving past your house. I might even have made it onto your tally. Now, Adam, for his fabulous house that he drew and labelled, and then he wrote sentences all about the features using his phonic knowledge. So, Adam, well done for you for doing some writing at home. Now, Archie. Archie has been very busy since becoming a very big brother, and he's now got a new brother called Harry. And Mum said how helpful he's been around the house, helping her. And I think, Archie, that's amazing. Now that you're the big brother, I think Mum will really appreciate all the help that she gets. You've also done some fabulous work with your maths, doing your 3 and your 5 times table. I have to say the 3s are quite tricky, so well done, Archie, for that. Now, in pandas, Fortnum has been a superstar at home, taking good care of his mum, checking to make sure that she's okay, and staying calm, even though this is a very tricky time. And I have to say it is. We have been away from school now for a lot of weeks, and it is tricky to not be able to come into school and see all your friends and see all your teachers. But we hope that if you're sitting at home watching assembly, then it makes you feel like you're a little bit closer to us today. In Giraffe's class, we've got 3 people for giraffes as well, and I've got some photos to share. Now, it wasn't just one person from school that mentioned this boy in giraffes who's really impressed, but it was 2. So Mrs. Zastron and Mrs. Bruce have both been really, really impressed with Harry. And I've got a picture here of Harry. I've had a few pictures, but this is a really nice one to show. Here's Harry in his kitchen. He's got his cookbook. In fact, after the lockdown, Harry, I think you should teach me a little bit about cooking, because it's not my best thing. I don't really know very much about what goes on in the kitchen, so learning how to cook and bake would be really important for me too. And you've been there. I can see that you've been making moon rocks, and it says on the back of my picture that Mrs. Bruce went to visit and took her little dog as well, and went to visit Harry, who was standing in his front garden selling cakes to raise money for the NHS. And Mrs. Zastron as well is absolutely so proud of you, Harry, for doing that. What a good cause. I think it's really important that you've been doing that. Okay, that's really wonderful. So you've been raising lots of money, and at the end of it, Harry, I'd love to find out how much money you have raised for the NHS, and they will be really proud of you as well. Isabella. Now, Isabella in giraffes has also been very, very busy at home, and she's also been busy with her younger sister, Ada, as well. So she's been organising her whole family and having a history day, okay? And I've got some wonderful pictures because you watched episodes of Horrible Histories, and then you've been learning about different characters, and I've got the most super picture. My first picture is Isabella, and she does not look like Isabella anymore. Look at this costume. It's amazing. And I have to say, Isabella, I love your pose while you're sitting there in the garden. You definitely look like Cleopatra to me. I love that. And somebody looks like they've done your makeup as well. What a beautiful headdress that you're wearing. Now, in your next picture, gosh, you look very important, girls. We've got Isabella as Cleopatra, and we've got Ada sitting on her throne, wearing black and wearing a crown. Let me think. There can only be one queen that was wearing black and a crown like that. I think that you look like a very good Queen Victoria in that picture. Super. I hope that Mum and Dad were bowing down to you while you were doing that. You look very important. Now, the next picture that Isabella has got here is with all of her books. And if you look really carefully, you can see that all of these books are history books. We've got 100 facts about ancient Egypt. We've got the ancient Greeks, 100 facts about the Vikings. And it looks like a couple of top trumps cards or different information cards there about history. And I have heard that Isabella has been very busy finding out all about different historical facts, but also writing a short history book that was inspired on the Queens of England. So Isabella, it sounds like your history project has been a real success. Well done to that. It's lovely to share all your pictures that you've been doing. Mrs. Zastron was really impressed when she emailed them to me. So thank you, Isabella and Ada. Now, my next one, I've got a picture here of Leah Rose, also from Giraffe's class. Now, Leah Rose has been making a spectacular fairy garden, which was one of the tasks that was set on the Year 2 home learning tasks. So here, it looks like she's got a nice big tray in her garden. Leah Rose has got a wonderful fairy garden. And if I look at that picture, I can see you've got a beautiful little pond here with some stones around it. It looks like a little bit of grass there, a little bit of lawn for your fairies to spend some time on, maybe a little house there, and even some plants and some soil. What a brilliant garden that you've made, Leah Rose. Love it. In fact, I think I'd quite like to join that fairy and sit in that garden. It looks really nice and sunny. Well done. Now, my final shout out is for somebody in Zebra's class, and this is for Lily. So Lily in Zebra's working really hard to build an amazing obstacle course in your garden. I wonder what you've been using. I wonder if you've been using things out of your shed, maybe some plants to jump over, maybe some toys. What did you use for your obstacles? And did you manage to get the grown-ups to join in with your obstacle race as well? I hope so. Now, what a wonderful way to finish our week with sharing some of those lovely things that have been happening at home. I've also got another reminder. I think we've got about 7 days before the competition closes. Now, if you don't remember, we have got a competition to help to design part of the new school that's going to be built over in Glebe Farm, which is near Wavendon, not too far away from Heronshaw. Now, this school is going to be joining the family of schools for our Academy Trust. Okay, it'll be one of the newest schools in our trust. And it's going to go from children from 3 years old all the way to children who are 18 years old. So it's going to be a really big school and they need your help. So if you would like to join in and you're feeling quite creative, I know you've got lots of time that you can join in with this while you're working from home, but you might want to draw and design a wall for the school. You might want to design the entrance area, or maybe the hall, or maybe what a classroom should look like. Or maybe you're feeling really quite adventurous and would like to design the whole school. Okay. Now, if you're 5 years old and above, so especially if you're in year 1 and 2 at Heronshaw, then you can join in with that competition. Okay. And on the website for school, you can go onto the website and see all the details about the competition and where you need to send your picture. Don't forget, you've only got 7 days to do that. I'd love to see lots of people from Heronshaw representing our school to take part in that competition. Now, at the start, we said, can you work out from our YouTube video which staff member it was who was doing their dance? Okay, now they were dressed up with glow sticks. Which member of our staff would put glow sticks all over their body and then dance around in the dark? We had people guessing that it was me, and I have to tell you, it was not me who was dancing with the glow sticks. We had some people guessing that it was Miss Boothroyd, and it was not Miss Boothroyd. And I think we had a couple of people who thought it might have been Mrs. Smith or Mrs. Pierce. I have to tell you that all those guesses were not correct. The person who was dancing around like they just don't care was Mrs. Bruce. So well done to all the people who did get the correct guess. It was Mrs. Bruce who was dancing about. Okay, we've got some people saying, well done, we love the dancing video. Do you know, I loved the dancing video. And I saw Mrs. Bruce yesterday and I thanked her for doing that. I thought it was lots of fun and a nice activity to have you guess who it was. So well done to Mrs. Bruce for dancing about in the dark. Now, I have got something I'd like to show you, an activity that you might want to take part in at home. Okay, I know that lots and lots of you have done rainbows and put them in your windows to show that we're all keeping safe and all thinking about each other at this very, very difficult time. But one of the other things that you might want to do while you're at home is to think about the key workers. And key workers are people whose jobs are more important than ever that they get done right now. So thinking about doctors and nurses and all the different people who support and work in hospitals, in care homes, and look after people who are quite vulnerable and need our support. But key workers are also people who keep the shops working. So people who are stacking shelves, people who are working in the supermarkets and shops so that we can all get the really important food and drinks that we need at this difficult time. And it's also key workers are the police and the firefighters and also people who are driving lorries and trucks around, getting all the important things from one place to another in our country. And then the key workers are all the people who are keeping the schools running. So it's all my teachers, all the support staff, and they might be working in school, but they're also working really hard from home as well to make sure that we're calling you, that we're giving you extra activities to do, making sure that you're feeling okay, and making sure that your family are feeling happy and safe as well. So if you want to think about the key workers, there might be others that I haven't mentioned because there are so many. You might want to try and design your very own key worker. Now I've got a little template here, but you could have a go using paper or card of drawing the outline and making your very own key worker. Now, I don't know who this is. Maybe this is going to be me. This could be the key worker, Mr. Ainscow. And if I wanted to decorate myself, then I think, what would I like to give myself? Well, I might like to decorate the body, but then I might like to decorate a little t-shirt. So there's Mr. Ainscow with a t-shirt. Perhaps on there I could have the Heronshaw logo. But if you wanted to do a key worker that does something different, like an NHS worker, you might want to give them the NHS uniform as well. And then some trousers or some shorts, and you can stick that on as well. And you can keep going and use all your imagination to decorate your key worker. And what I was thinking is that when you have finished making your key worker, you could add that onto your front window, you could put it in your bedroom window, you could maybe put a little speech bubble saying, introducing your key worker, so that people who walk past your house can see that you are thinking about and supporting the key workers all across the United Kingdom right now. If you've got a rainbow, maybe you want to pop it next to your rainbow, but I think that's really special so that when people are walking through Walnut Tree or Caldecott or wherever it is that you are living, how nice that would be to see your key worker in the window. So there's a little activity. If you do have a go, please send a picture. You can either add it to the home learning on the Facebook page, or you might want to email the picture or talk about it with the teacher or the member of staff when they speak to you next on the telephone. Now, my last thing before I go is to say thank you so much for everyone who keeps coming and supporting our YouTube channel and looking for lots of the things that we've been doing. We have now reached 6,700 people who have viewed it, and that's incredible in the first few weeks. Mrs. Revilius has been working really hard at making some videos for doing phonics, for doing hold a sentence, and I've heard that some teachers are going to be doing some maths videos and some more storytelling as well. If you have got something that you think, oh, do you know, I would love the teachers at school to have a go, then please either put in the comments or you can send it in an email to me. Have some suggestions as to what you'd like to see on our YouTube channel, and I'm sure we'd work really hard to get that for you. But for now, thank you for joining me in assembly this morning. Take care. I'm about to go outside and see some of the sunshine as well. So take care, everybody. Keep safe, and I will see you next Friday. All right. Bye-bye.